day 11 of our Sarthi DT revision classes. In this revision classes, I am covering up all the concepts along with amendments and the question answers which are solved in Sarthi DT compiler. Okay. Now some clarification. So many messages are coming from final students, CA CMA final students, that they are following these lectures. Can they watch this again for revision? Absolutely yes. Especially for CA final, business head, capital gain, to some extent salary and house property, residential status, deductions, what we did yesterday is all important. But along with this, for final student, you have to follow one more playlist, that is CA CMA final. Exclusive revision videos are also there in the YouTube. Apart from that, 62 regular class videos are also uploaded for final. You can refer that. Notes and this DT compiler, all you can download Concept Classes app and order. Thank you so much to all of you who have trusted and ordered this book, and so many of you have received, started studying. Keep messaging us back how your concepts are getting cleared. So nice to hear that so many of you have covered up all the problems of house property on that. Now high, low, high, tide is very well clear to all of you. So like this, lot of fundas are there which will help you to remember the core concept. Now, return of income. Directly, I'm starting this topic. Those who have missed yesterday, in deductions, I have covered up the most important amendment in ATG. You know, like ice cream topping ke jaisa hai ATG deduction and agricultural income, which do come as a flavor. Today's topic is simple, but not to be ignored. Very, very important. Return of income and ban. Time permits, we will do advanced tax also at the end, because next class is so super duper important. TDS and TCS all in a single class we will revise. Now listen all of you. When we say this revision, as we are starting right now, okay, for return of income, let me tell you one thing. For all my final students, they know that my day one is obviously slab rates and tax rates and all, but the regular final class starts from return of income, and intermay we are doing it at end, but very important. And it's an experience that so many times in exam, for 4 to 5 marks, they'll ask you house property problem, which is very easy to solve. And against that, return of income, 4 bit 4 marks. So if you miss out on this, okay, this was very easy, or we don't remember the due dates or the limits of PAN and all, you will be missing out on a very easy topic. Of course, you need to revise repeatedly business head and capital. I'm telling you, even if you have finished income tax and okay, chalo, now you're going for costing or other subject, still you need to revise business head, capital gain, deductions. These are the topics which need lot of repetition. But when it is coming to return of income, एक बार अच्छे से कर लो, understand the concept. Surely one day before exam, if you revise, you will be able to recollect. गुड मॉर्निंग ऑल ऑफ यू. कीप ज्वाइनिंग. फटाफट से जल्दी से शुरू करते हैं. चलो. And live chat is open in the YouTube also. Here also for our Zoom students also. So if you have any doubt, you can ask. Okay? Right. Yes. Once you watch this revision video, then you study the return of income. It will be clear. Again, watch the revision video. I've made it very crisp and to the point, not missing out on any concepts. Okay? For notes, you can order the book in the link given in the app. Okay. All right. Chalo. Let us begin now with return of income. Okay. From my 5 heads, I've computed gross total income. Others income also I clubbed. I did plus minus for set off. Now I have got my total income. So my computation of income is over. Based on my income, I compute the tax. Normal income, normal rate, special income, special rate, surcharge, tax. And then that tax I paid in any of the 3 forms, that is advance tax, TDS, TCS. Okay. These are the different ways of paying the taxes, which we are going to do in the next class. Right now, when we are saying that, okay, I have completed making my computation of income and computation of return. So then government is saying, wait, kya kar rahe ho? Submit your details, right? So now I will submit my detail in some format in which I explained you how to compute income and tax. Department yellow. Okay. Avinash is doing it in his way. Suresh is doing it in his way. Are you getting? If I tell you all you dear students are concept classes students, please give all your details, no? Your SRO number देना और name देना, parents का नाम देना, contact देना, email ID देना, address देना. थोड़ा ये सब एक पेपर पे लिख के दे दो. You all will write it in different way. Rather than that, I, as an academy, holding an academy concept classes, can I give you this form? Can I give you a form? Fill up the form so that whatever data I need, I get it systematically. That's what is ITR form, सरल सुगम जो भी इनके नाम है, return of income. Is the term clear to you? What is return of income? हाँ, it's like birthday में बुलाते हैं तो return gift देते हैं ना. Okay, you earn. Now, as you have finished everything, financial year 23-24 is over. Then in this 23-24, I am the government. I am saying, okay, I will give you one form, ITR 1. Okay, you are having business income, ITR 4. Oh, you are having this ITR 3. Fill up the form and give us all your details about how is your income, how is your tax. Are you filing the tax in the default tax regime, 115 BAC, or the normal tax regime, or how? So return of income is submitting to government all your details in the prescribed format. Do we have to do it every year? Yes. Acha, digest and go as we start the topic that there may come some times wherein your income is hardly anything, like 2 lakh rupees income hai. So anyhow it is covered under basic exemption. Do you need to file your return? Answer is yes. So please digest and go. There are so many cases wherein income is nil or tax is zero. Still you have to file the return. For example, I'll come to that topic, but it should be like on your tips. All temples, trust, devasthanams, these mosques, church, gurudwaras, they get huge receipt. They have income, they do expense, but they are claiming exemption. So they are not filing their, they are filing their return, but they are not paying any tax. But still, their whole income is exempt and their tax is nil. For that, mandatory, they have to file return. Shall I move ahead? Any doubt is there? Don't pause कि मैम को end में पूछेंगे, पूछ लो. ठीक है? Any doubt you have asked? Thank you so much for being so honest. Rajat is asking, ma'am, I'm yet into the capital gain. Shall I still listen to this class? Of course, yes, no problem. You have to do other source, you have to do clubbing. Jab karoge clubbing, listen to the revision lecture, solve the problems. But return of income has not got connection. And these are like beautiful ticks. Return of income ho gaya, ye ho gaya, tax rates ho gaya. Just go on putting the ticks. है ना? चलो. So now listen all of you once again. What did we say? एक बार फिर से पढ़ते हैं हमने क्या देखा अभी देखो. हाँ? What do you mean by return of income? Submitting the details of your income and taxes to government in the prescribed format is called as return of income. The next question is, who should furnish the return and till what time? Okay. Government is saying, dekho, whatever you have earned, no, take this ITR form and submit the details. Now you have taken the form, is in your bag, then in your vehicle dicky, then your home drawer. पड़ा है. मन में आएगा तब सबमिट करेंगे. देना है ना डिटेल. You will give, आज देंगे, कल देंगे. I'm from Hyderabad. Here we someone says no. अरे कल परसों तो I did. That कल परसों is months back. That is the language. So, should we have a cutoff time that these are the due dates before that you should submit your return? Answer is yes. So, let us check now. Okay. Here we go with this topic, return of income. Return of income. It is the format in which SSC furnishes informations. You don't have to learn the ITR numbers, please, for filing the return. It's okay. Now, who should file the return, compulsory or mandatory? I have used word mandatory. Exam में कभी कभी theory question भी पूछ लेते हैं, compulsory return कौन भरेगा? Partnership firm and companies. Every company and partnership firm should file the return for previous year. Filing of return shall be mandatory in case of SSE who are companies, irrespective of whether operations are commenced or not, profit or loss is drawn or not, or they have derived profit or loss or not. है ना? So if it is a company, any company, domestic company, Indian company, whatever, or if it is a partnership firm, okay, they need to mandatorily file the return every year, whether they are in pre-operative stage or not, whether they have made the P&L account or not, whether they are into profits or loss. So many times if they are in pre-operative start, abhi to January 24 the company started, and in March hardly they have done anything. They've just obtained the SIN number, the DIN number, the memorandum, the articles. Still should they file the return? Answer is yes. Individuals, HUFs, AOP, BOI, these are the persons who should file the return if total income before giving exemption or capital gain wale exemptions या chapter 6A के deductions exceeds the amount not chargeable. Now what do you mean? Rohan is having gross total income 3,20,000 and he might have put the money in PPF LIC, so ATC deduction is 150. What is his total income? 170. Are you getting? 320 gross total income it was, and then certain deductions 150 and then 170 total income. How much is the tax Rohan should pay? Huh? How much is the tax Rohan should pay? Nil. But before availing the ATC deductions or 54, 54F and all exemptions, is his income exceeding the basic exemption? Maximum amount chargeable to tax, मतलब basic exemption 2,50,000 के ऊपर है? Yes, then he has to file the return even though the tax is nil. Are you all with me? Check this example, and still if you need any more examples, message me. I'm again saying to all of you, अकेले बहुत time लगेगा. Together with me, you will complete this topic in just 1.5 hours. Watch from now. ठीक है? So individuals, HUF, AOB, even if their income is say 2,10,000 or 170, but before the deductions and also it was exceeding the basic exemption, no, 250 for senior citizen, 3 lakh for super senior citizen, then they have to file the return. This is usually asked in the form of case study. अब केस स्टडी से कोई घबराना नहीं है. They'll give you, okay, A ने ऐसा किया, उसका income. Should he file the return? They will ask you. Yes. Every resident and ordinary resident. Who is called as resident and ordinary resident? Who satisfies any one of the basic condition. 182 days or more he is in India, or 60 days and more now, and 360. So he is satisfying one of the basic condition. Next is he is satisfying both the additional conditions. Last 7 years में 730 days and more he is in India, and last 10 years, any 2 years he is resident. Okay. Now, person who at any time during the previous year, okay, so if he is a resident and ordinary resident, and if he holds a beneficial owner or otherwise of any asset including financial interest located outside India, or has a signing authority. Superb. So a person who is resident and ordinary resident of India, but he is owner, either he is holding a property outside India. I want all of you to write over here example. Property outside India, or including any financial interest. Means he is a partner in any firm in London. Huh? Financial interest hai, and he is having some share. Or he has a signing authority. Maybe he's having a bank account in USA. So a person who is resident and ordinary resident, but he's the owner of a property outside India, or financial share in HUF or partnership firm outside India, or he has a signing authority. In all these cases, he should file his return. Mandatory. Done? Okay. Yes. Or sometimes, acha, let me check the meaning. What do you mean by beneficial owner? Beneficial owner in respect of asset means an individual who has provided directly or indirectly consideration for the asset for the immediate or future benefit, direct or indirect, of himself. So he's holding asset outside India, or the share in the financial interest in entity means share in the profit of HUF and all. है ना? Okay. Or he's not the owner, but he's a beneficiary of asset outside India, including financial interest. You know what do you mean by a beneficiary? I'm giving an example here. If you want, you can write. Raj is very well resident and ordinary resident in India, but he is the grandson of Mr. Mehra. Mr. Mehra is staying in London, iske dadaji, and he is the only grandson and all. So who is directly owner of the property in London? Mr. Mehra. Who is having a share in the partnership firm? Mr. Mehra. Who is having a signing authority in the bank in London? Mr. Mehra. But through him, through his will or inheritance, Raj is the only grandson, and after him everything will come to him. So he's not the owner. He's not the owner. But is he a beneficiary? Yes. Beneficiary in respect of asset means individual who derives benefit from asset, and the consideration of such asset has been provided by any person other than the beneficiary. Matlab, who has purchased the house? Raj or Mr. Mehra? Mr. Mehra. है ना? But then Raj is the beneficiary. Can I say the gist again of this third? Who should mandatorily file the return? Firm and companies. All the other SSCs, if their income before the exemptions exceed the basic exemption limit, or every resident and ordinary resident, either he is directly the owner outside India, or having financial interest outside India, or signing authority outside India, or he's not the beneficial owner, but he's the beneficiary. House is held by Mr. Mehra in London, but after he is deceased, who's the beneficiary? Raj. Followed or not? In that case, Raj should file mandatory his return of income irrespective of his income. Other than this, from last year, this is amendment not of 23-24 but 22-23. But I always say last year's amendments are very much necessary for this year also. कभी कभी क्या होता है, amendment लाने के बाद the importance is raised in the next year. So even in the exam they'll ask you the question next year, right? So what I want to say is, make sure you all take a printout of the PDF which I have given you in the Telegram, which is having amendment not only of 23-24 but 22-23 also. ठीक है. Compulsory filing of the return in case of high value transactions. Okay. So other than these three categories, what we have studied above, who should file the return of income mandatory? Yes. Acha, listen, don't divert your mind to PAN and all. I have divided today's topic in two parts. Let me complete everything about return of income. Who will file? What will be the due date? Defective hai to kya? And then we will go to the topic return of PAN card wala. ठीक है? चलो. Sorry, just 1 second. I'll be back. There's no break. Read. These are the amendments. All right. So who should mandatorily file the return now? Let us check up here. Yes. Any person other than company and firm who is not required to file the return would be required to file the return if he deposits an amount or aggregate of amount exceeding 1 crore in one or more of current accounts maintained with a bank company or a cooperative bank. Huh? So in your own current account, if you are depositing more than 1 crore rupees cash, now why do you have to deposit so much of cash? अरे मेरा पैसा है मैं डिपॉजिट करूं हाँ लेकिन जरूरत क्या है when we are having RTGS NEFT UPI why do you need cash? So if he has deposited an amount or aggregate of amount exceeding 1 crore in one or more current account, or if he has incurred expenditure of an amount or aggregate of amount exceeding 2 lakhs for himself or any other person on foreign travel, then also he has to file the return. If you have spent more than 2 lakh for foreign trips, okay. And nowadays these high value transactions are automatically reflected. These are also called as specified financial transactions, or you can say high value financial transactions. So when you do these transactions, you have to give your PAN details, and these are like auto dropped in your 26 AS. Now you know what is 26 AS? It's an drop box के जैसे समझ लो जैसे postman comes to your home and puts the letter in the post box. No, so Dipti Chheda with this PAN number, how much high value transactions I have done will be auto drop. So even if I try to hide that I have spent 4 lakh rupees for a 10-day Bali trip, government will come to know. Because when I have spent 5 lakh rupees for Bali trip, obviously I'll need the currency exchange and all, and I have submitted my PAN details. Okay. So now if he has incurred expenditure of an amount exceeding 2 lakh for himself or any of his family members for foreign trip, या 1 crore से ज़्यादा current account में, or he has incurred expenditure of an amount or aggregate of amount exceeding 1 lakh towards electricity bill. If the electricity bill goes up for more than 1 lakh, a 1 lakh electricity bill is like luxury. So, okay, from where you are earning so much to pay electricity bill, file your return. And now they have also added some rule 12AB, which says if your turnover exceeds 60 lakhs, or if you are a professional, chartered accountant, lawyer, doctor, then we don't have turnover, but we have gross receipts. If that exceeds 10 lakhs, or if the aggregate of TDS, TCS during the previous year, in case of a person, is 25,000, senior citizen 50,000. Yeah. So if someone is deducting my TDS more than 25,000, senior citizen 50, automatically I'll have to file my return, either to claim the refund of the TDS or to pay tax. Deposit in one or more saving account in aggregate 50 lakhs and more. Saving account में 50 lakhs and more. And current account में 1 crore and more. Shall furnish the return in prescribed format. I know I'm going little slow, you may be feeling, but this is like most important part. So let us do it very thoroughly right now. Once again, dear students, who should mandatorily file the return? Now I'm making you learn. Partnership firm and company, irrespective of turnover, income and all. All the other assessees, irrespective of their income and tax. But before claiming the exemptions or Chapter 6A deductions, if their income is exceeding basic exemption. Every resident and ordinary resident. Compulsory filing of the return. If you deposit more than 1 crore in your current account, more than 50 lakhs in your saving account, foreign travels above 2 lakhs, electricity bills above 1 lakhs, if you are a professional and your gross receipts exceed 10 lakhs, business gross receipts exceed 60 lakhs, TDS and TCS above 25,000, in case of senior citizen 50,000, then in all these cases compulsorily you have to file the return. ठीक है? Anyone is having any conflict in the mind, ask. This is also last year's amendment, but I have told you that there are so many amendments in financial year 20 to 23 which are still very important. So those are highlighted and mark it important also. Okay, this I'll explain orally because this has got a weightage in 194S, that is TDS also. Government said if you are a senior citizen, not above 60, above 75, you are retired, you're just receiving pension from your employer. That pension you receive in a bank and you're making FDs in the same bank. So you, senior citizen, above 75 years, what is your income? Pension income, FD and saving account interest. Okay? Right. So in that case, in all these cases, whatever income you are earning, is the bank having all that detail? Yes. But provided all this should be in the same bank. फिर से एक बार, I am a retired person above 75 years and above. I am receiving pension in SBI Hyderabad, and say in that same bank branch, I am receiving the FD interest also, and I'm not having any other income. Then bank said, let us relax the senior citizen above 75 years. You please go at your home, relax. Bank's duty is to collect the pension income, interest income properly, compute the income, compute the tax, and give the benefit to the senior citizen of not filing the return, and on his behalf bank will file the return and bank will deduct TDS on all the incomes. Is this clear to all of you? I'm purposely explaining this orally because this is how, if you learn 2 marks case study, Mr. Lakshman is 82 years, he's receiving pension and interest, who will file the return, who will pay the tax, is the TDS applicable? बस ऐसे questions बनाते हैं और उसको एक बड़ा सा टैगलाइन देते हैं, case studies. ये देखो, no filing of return for senior citizen above 75 years. He should furnish all the bank details, and he's just having pension and interest income which is received by bank. And if he's having any other income or anything, give the details also to the bank, right? And bank will compute tax on behalf of senior citizen after considering deductions, rebate, TDS, all. If you want, you can write here, refer section 194S, S for senior citizen. तो वहां पे TDS भी कटेगा. Okay, now we have completed who should mandatorily file the return. So the next simplest of topic is due date. I'm shouting as a government, I'm shouting and saying, अरे form दिया था, return भरो, form दिया था, आज भरतू, कल भरतू. I mean, see, the people try to postpone. So now a cutoff is given that if you are a company or other than say a company other than a company who's required to furnish report 92. 92 is the companies who are involved in international transactions, and if you want, you can write here transfer pricing is applicable. इन लोगों को ना ट्रांसफर प्राइसिंग एप्लीकेबल है, तो इट टेक्स टाइम. So they are allowed to file their return by due date 30th of November 2024. I want all of you to write for financial year 23-24 by 30th of November 2024. Acha, other than the company who is having in transfer pricing transaction nahi hai, normal company hai, or a person other than company whose books of accounts are audited, He can be a proprietor, partnership firm, LLP, private company whose books of accounts are audited, and the partner of that partnership firm. All can file return up to 31st of October 2024. And now any other SSC, 31st of July. Clear? Okay, sure. Due date of filing the return. When the transfer pricing people should file the return, 30th of November. All the SSCs 31st July. And company, partnership firm, working partners. Why work? Not even working, just partners. Why the partner should also file the return in October? Because once partnership firm's return is finalized, then they will get the remuneration and interest and all, no? So even they can file their return by 31st of October. Easy, this topic is. Chalo now. Filing of bulk return of income by salaried employees. You know, can the employer file bulk return by taking all the details from employee? Yes, allowed. Just read it. Okay. Now crucial part 139, 3, 4 and 5. साथ साथ में करेंगे तीनों. What is 139.3? Loss. Instead of income, can we have loss? Yes. Where did we study this set off and carry forward? Can we have a loss in salary? Possibly nahi hai. House property? Yes. Business head? Yes. Capital gain? Yes. Income from other source? Yes. Horse races and all. Then I did teach in that chapter that all the losses should first be set off intra-head within that same head. House 1, house 2, business 1, business 2. If not, then inter-head. And if not inter-head or intra-head, then you can carry forward the losses to be set off. Yes? Carry forward all the losses to be set off next year in the same head. But promises all the losses can be carried forward. All the losses can be carried forward for 1 second, dear students. 8 years, few losses for 4 years, but it is mandatory to file the return of income to carry forward the loss. Any person who has sustained a loss and wishes to carry forward shall furnish a return of loss except unabsorbed depreciation and house property. Even if you have filed late return, your due date of filing the return was July, you filed it in November, still you can carry forward the loss. It will not lapse if it is a loss due to unabsorbed depreciation and income from house property. Nice, clear to all of you. This is a very simple topic. Do it with me and we will solve all the past exams problem also from return of income so that you will get that mindset. Okay, this is how we are studying and this is asked. Case studies koi aise bhoot nahi hai. It's not like a ghost. What they do is they will convert, okay, so and so person is got loss and he wants to carry forward the loss, but he filed the return in December. Can he do so? No. If you want to carry forward your loss for 8 years and set off those loss in the next year, then make sure that you file your return on time. Except unabsorbed depreciation and income from house property. Chalo, next. Okay, so just now I taught you that due date is 31st July. If due date is missed, train निकल गई तो फिर पकड़ सकते हैं या नहीं? Yes. If you miss the due date, you can still file belated. Belated happy birthday करते हैं ना? एक दिन, 2 दिन, after 1 week? No. So, yes, if you miss the due date July and October, you can still file your return very well by December 23. Pay attention if you are using earlier scanners and all. Earlier it used to be March 23-24 का रिटर्न March 25 तक, अब नहीं, March 24 December 24 तक. I hope you are getting. See, financial year 23-24. One second, dear students, the screen is getting stuck. I'm giving you some examples. Yeah. Financial year 23-24, assessment year 24-25. You can file the return by 31st July 24. If missed out, then by December 24. Clear to all of you? Loss return, you have to submit time, otherwise you cannot carry forward losses except unabsorbed and house property. But if you don't have losses, if you have income, definitely you can carry forward your see, you can file late return till December 24. Belated return can be filed only in case the person has not filed his return. Okay, right. Can belated return be revised? एक तो first only, instead of July you filed the return in October and now you want to revise it. Can you? Yes. Yes. So any person who has furnished the return on time or after getting a notice can file a revised return if the SSC discovers any omission or any wrong statement in the return file. Such revised return can be furnished at any time before 3 months prior to the end of the relevant assessment year. So for assessment year 24-25, return can be filed till December 24. चलें साथ में. Effective date of the revised return is from the date when original return is filed. ये सब ठीक है. Revised return replaces the original return. अच्छा, original return we have filed, then we revised. Oh, revised return also I missed taking PPF ka deduction. Can I again revise it? Acha, can I again revise it? How many times? As many times as you want, but before 31st December 2024. Clear to all of you? A revised return replaces the original return. Therefore, if the SSC wants to furnish second revised return, he can do so with the time limit. So original return can be revised, yes. Belated return, late return file kiya, can you revise that? Yes. Revised return can be revised, yes. But return file pursuant to notice. Sometimes you don't file the return, then government gives you a notice under 142(1) to file the return. That cannot be revised. Okay. And if updated return is not accompanied by proof of tax, it will be treated as defective. अच्छा, ये गलती से यहाँ print हो गया. Updated return का detail will come ahead. फिर से एक बार, we have completed a second topic now. Who should file the return is clear to all of you. Till what time? Due date. So if due date is missed, can you file a belated return? Yes, till December. Can you file a loss return? Yes, but by due date. If you file loss return after the due date, you cannot claim the benefit of losses except business head, except unabsorbed depreciation and house property. Can you file belated return? Yes. Till what time? December. If you have revised your return, if there's a mistake and you revised your return, then that revised return can again be revised. Yes. How many times? As but wait. Revised return कब तक revise कर सकते हैं? December 24. Clear to all of you? Yeah. Chalo, next we will go now. Belated return. Yeah, I missed one thing. 139.3 is loss return. 139.4 is belated return. 139.5 is revised return. Up 139.9 defective return. You know, sometimes we file the return for partnership firm, but we miss giving the capital accounts. ऐसे कभी कुछ मिस हो जाता है. Trading P&L balance sheet दे दिए, but ratios नहीं दिए. 4 to 5 ratios they have asked us to calculate. We missed. So if a return is defective, The AO will communicate to you what is the defect, and he'll give you 15 days time to rectify the defect. If done, fine. Otherwise, your return will be treated as invalid. AO may intimate the defect to the SSE within 15 days. And if the defect is not rectified, it shall be treated as invalid return. However, if the SSE rectifies the defect after time allowed, but before assessment is made, the AO is empowered to undo the delay. ठीक है? Chalo. Now let us go to the new concept. Again, it's a very important amendment for financial year 22-23, but expected question in 23-24 also. Updated return. Updated return. Shall we start? Orally सुन लो पहले क्या है. Original return file किया, नहीं किया तो belated किया. If there's a mistake, you have revised. If there was loss, you have filed the return on time. Then these are normal cases. Updated return is basically like an amnesty scheme. You know, government now and then comes with amnesty scheme. Ki whatever you have, the black money or income or the property, declare it and pay 45% tax. We will not ask the source of income. Humko tax se matlab, and you can legalize this. So like this, updated return can be filed if you have missed showing some income and now you want to show it. You can file updated return up to 2 years from the end of the assessment year. Notes में सब है, पहले बस ऐसे ही सुन लो. So I have shown, say for financial year 20 to 23, I have shown 15 lakhs business income. Genuinely, my business income was 40 lakhs. Can I show 25 lakhs more income? And on that, can I pay additional tax and file my updated return? Yes. But suppose if there is a raid at your place, and can you say, "Acha, ab raid to hui hai, वैसे ही everything got disclosed. Let me file updated return and clear off my taxes." Otherwise, whatever undisclosed income is caught up in raid, I have to pay 78% tax. That time it's not allowed. Acha, can we file update December 23-24's return? You can file by December 24. That is over. अब मेरा लॉस रहना रह गया, मेरा पीपीएफ रह गया. For any rectification and all, can you file updated return after 2 years also? No. Updated return is to be filed only when you want to pay additional tax on additional income. You can never reduce your income. You can never reduce your tax in updated return. Ma'am, then this is the ways, this is all government side. Answer is yes. This is lopsided. You know, so many times when we watch the movie, they say, okay, अब पता चल गया है, this crime you have done, कबूल कर लो, you accept it, we will make you that, वो क्या, हम आपको गवाह बना देंगे. In Hindi it is called, we'll make you this thing and you will get a clearance. So this is like this. Okay, you hided your income 15 lakhs, abhi bhi chance hai. But once there is raid and all, you cannot go. Anytime you feel you have suppressed your income and suppressed your tax and you want to pay additional, show additional income and pay additional tax, you can go for it. ठीक है? Check. I'm just explaining the gist. In notes, I have given everything about updated return, but they will ask you very easy question with your conceptual knowledge. You can do it. ठीक है ना? चलो. Any person, whether or not he has furnished a return, may furnish an updated return for himself or any other person in respect of which. In short, if you have furnished the return, you can still file updated return. If you have not furnished the return, then also you can file updated return. Is this first point clear? Next now, time limit for filing the updated return. This can be asked in MCQ also. At any time within 24 months from the relevant end of the relevant assessment year. So example, assessment year 23-24 यहीं से शुरू हुआ है. last year say I told you. Updated return can be filed assessment year 23-24 plus 2 years. 24-25, 25-26, March 26. Take your time. I'll give you the gist. कितना याद रखना है कैसे है पूरा लैंग्वेज. अगर मैंने कुछ एक्स्ट्रा दिया है तो दैट इज फॉर रेफरेंस. कुछ चीजें मालूम होनी चाहिए, कुछ चीजें लर्न होनी चाहिए. This is my favorite dialogue in GST also. Few things you have to learn and chew खा जाना है और कुछ चीजें just know it. Okay. Now, who can file updated return? Either they have filed original return or they have not filed. Up to 2 years from the end of the relevant assessment year. So financial year 22-23, assessment year 23-24 plus 2 years 25-26 assessment year. Right. Non-applicability. An updated return cannot be filed if the updated return is a return of loss. You can never show, oh, that time I missed claiming loss and Dipti ma'am said, loss का benefit नहीं मिलेगा क्योंकि date चलेगी, जल्दी से updated return भर देते हैं. No, not allowed. You cannot file updated return in a return of loss or has the effect of decreasing the total tax liability on return already furnished. So if your tax is reducing, no. You want to show a loss, no. Or results in refund or increase in the refund, tab bhi nahi. You can never reduce your income tax or increase your refund or loss because of applicability. A person shall not be eligible for furnishing updated return where search has been conducted, raid 132, तब फिर you cannot go for updated return. Survey 133A, raid का छोटा भाई है survey. Sunrise to sunset business premises they have checked and then you cannot go and rush to file updated. A notice has been issued that any money, bullion, jewelry is in requisition in case of any other person belonging to such person. There's a raid at a third person and then over there some jewelry and cash is recovered and they are saying it's Dipti ma'am's. अब पता तो चल गया, अब जल्दी से updated return भर दो. So either my raid or survey or some other person's raid or survey where my name is caught up. A notice has been issued that any books of accounts are seized in case of other person, but that pertains to information contained of such person. So there's a survey, say, at my sister's place in Gujarat, her business premises and all, and they have recovered some transactions which are Benami in my name also. So directly or indirectly, if you're caught up in survey rates, you cannot file updated return. If you want to increase the loss, no. If you want to increase the refund, no. If you want to decrease the tax liability, no. Reverse. You want to increase the income, yes. You want to increase the payment of tax, yes. That's what is updated return. Updated return, no updated return shall be filed where updated return has already been furnished. So you can furnish only once, or any proceedings of computation and all are pending. If the return or kuch bhi assessment pending hai, to you cannot file updated return. AO has information in respect of such person for assessment year under the Smuggling and FEMA Act, Benami Property Act, Money Laundering Act, like, so no, you are caught up into these wrong things. You cannot file updated return as an escapism. Information for relevant assessment year has been furnished under transfer pricing or any prosecution proceedings. See, penalty is if you do wrong, you have to compensate monetarily. Prosecution is jail. Imprisonment भी होती है. Income tax में अभी नहीं है. In final you will study this topic called as penalty and prosecution. So the prosecution proceedings under have been initiated. Okay. He is such a person or belongs to such class of person as may be notified. Then how much tax you have to pay, I'm going, but the conditions, who can file updated return? Either a person until now he has not filed the return, or he has filed but he wished to increase his income, or increase his tax, or he wishes to decrease his loss. लॉस भी कम होगा तो इनडायरेक्टली तो इनकम ही बता रहे हैं ना. बट इफ देयर इज अ रेड और सर्वे, और इफ देयर इज अ रेड और सर्वे थर्ड पार्टी and against me some details have been found out, I cannot file the return. And a person who's caught up in these black money and smuggling and Benami property and FEMA Act and all, they cannot. Okay, right. If a person has sustained loss in a year and has furnished return of loss and verified in such manner, he shall be allowed to furnish updated, where the updated return is a return of income. लॉस के केस में यू कैन नॉट फाइल अपडेटेड रिटर्न, ऐसा नहीं है. वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, यू कैन, बट द कंडीशन इज दैट when you file for loss updated return, loss should reduce or it should convert in income. पहले मुझे 2 लाख का लॉस था, अपडेटेड रिटर्न के बाद 5 लाख की टोटल इनकम है. इनडायरेक्टली आई हैव एडेड 7 lakhs इनकम. 2 lakh का loss I have covered and now I'm doing 5 lakhs income. If the loss or any part thereof is carried forward or tax credit is to be reduced for any subsequent previous year as a result of updated return, then for that year also. Oh, see, this is little in depth. इसको example के साथ है. See. You know, companies either they have to pay normal tax or MAT, minimum alternative tax. Other SSCs have to pay normal tax or AMT. So, you know, 2 years back I paid MAT, say 2 lakh rupees, and I'm taking that credit. Now I filed return and I'm showing MAT as say 3 lakh rupees. गलती किया मैंने, I showed wrong income as 2 lakh. Actually my income that year was 3 lakh. So for 1 lakh I am filing updated return. But because of this 2 lakh credit, I have tried to set off this. Followed? I did all this in financial year 22-23. Now that credit I have set off in 23, 24, 25. So once you change one MAT credit, oh sorry, now I'll not allow this MAT credit. Abhi mera income gaya. So for any reason, if MAT credit and all is not allowed, and 1 year you are filing updated return, then because of that MAT effect, subsequent year's return is also to be updated. Are you all clear? If any loss or part thereof is carried forward to be reduced or any subsequent year as a result of filing updated return, then if the return of 21-22 is updated and due to change in tax, MAT credit changes, then with new MAT credit return has to be filed. Updated return is accompanied by proof of tax under 140B. 140A, those who remember, is self-assessment tax paid. This is 140B. If not accompanied, it will be treated as defective return. I know, थोड़ा सा technical है, थोड़ा I will revise again for sure. Okay, let us see. That's why I said I have given lot of things. अगर simple याद रखना है, just that is enough for all the exams inter final. अच्छा, because of updated return, your income is increasing, or your tax is increasing, or your loss is decreasing. Earlier it was a loss of 2 lakh, now it is a loss of 50,000. So obviously 1,50,000 you have shown as income. So on this additional income which you are disclosing in the updated return, do you have to pay the tax? Yes. Where no return has been furnished and tax is payable on the basis of updated return, you can reduce the TDS, TCS, other reliefs and all. R for reading. Kar do. Where SSC has furnished earlier return, then earlier tax paid you can reduce. I hope you are getting. Earlier I had shown a loss of 2 lakh. Now it is 50,000. So 1,50,000 if I am increasing income. But earlier I had this advanced tax and all. Can I reduce all that? Yes. Now एंड इसको सिर्फ रीड कर लो. इफ यू आर हैविंग दिस कंपाइलर मटेरियल, जस्ट आर फॉर रीडिंग कि you can reduce the relief and TDS and TCS and all if you have. An assessee shall be liable to pay tax together with interest for any default or delay in the payment of advance tax along with additional tax as reduced by amount of interest paid before furnishing. So earlier, if you have already paid some tax or 234 ABC income, you can reduce that. Finally, how much additional tax you have to pay? This can be asked in MCQ. So how much time, dear students, you having for previous year 20 to 23, assessment year 23-24? I can revise the return up to March 26. Clear to all of you? If the return is furnished after the expiry or of the time available under yeah. If such return is furnished after expiry of the time available under 139(4) or 5 and before the completion of the period of 12 months from the end of the relevant assessment year. I am once again revising the example. For financial year 20 to 23, assessment year 23-24, till 2 years you can file the updated return. Okay. So in this updated return, if it is furnished before the completion of 12 months, means March 25th, then 25% of the aggregate of tax surcharge cess and interest payable on the tax calculated above. How much additional tax to bharna padega, but on that additional tax, 25 additional income tax is payable 25% of the aggregate of the tax surcharge cess. Now this calculation and problems, I don't think they'll ask you to work out. Just know this much is enough. See, income tax portion is too vast. Heads of income, this GST, and for CMA students custom. So unnecessarily I can teach updated return itself for 2 hours, but of no use, to be honest. If such return is furnished after the expiry of 12 months from the end of the relevant assessment year, but before the completion of 24 months, matlab 25-26 में, then 50% of the tax what you are paying, surcharge, cess and interest, it shall be calculated. ठीक है? We finished the technical part. Of course, I am revising updated return, but किसी को कोई doubt है तो पूछो. Return of income is a very easy topic. Why I don't know, please. Some of you have joined late, so watch it. It's very necessary. Who can compulsory file the return? What is the due date of filing the return? Then loss return, revised return and belated return. And now we are doing updated return. Any doubt you have, you can ask. Yeah, definitely. So many of you have ordered compiler book. So if while solving one chapter, if you have any doubt in the compiler, click the picture, send us, will surely clear by note. फिर से एक बार. Shall I just revise everything about updated return in one go? करें एक बार. Updated return is a new concept introduced, right? One second. Yes, listen. Until now, we have heard loss return, belated return, revised return. Now, a new concept started 139(8)A, updated return. And normally, whatever tax we pay after advance tax, TDS, and all, that was called self assessment tax under section 140A. Updated return का tax होता है 140B में. Okay. Now, updated return you can file till 2 years from the end of the relevant assessment year, where you want to increase the income, increase your taxes, or reduce your losses. Other than this, you cannot file updated return to increase your refund, to reduce your tax liability. उसके लिए आप use नहीं कर सकते. And if there is a raid or survey at my place or at some other place where my name is caught up, or my bullion money or my books of accounts are recovered, then I cannot file. If I'm caught up in this Benami Act and Foreign Exchange and Black Money Act and all, I cannot. Okay, once we decide that we are filing updated return, then we have to pay the additional tax. So that additional tax we have seen you have to pay under section 140. Okay, one very important thing I missed out. Because of the updated return, if my MAT and AMT of earlier is revised, but that MAT credit, we can carry forward the MAT credit and set off for 15 years. So that will also change. मतलब अगले और भी रिटर्न्स चेंज हो जाएंगे. Now, computation of additional income tax. I have got 2 years time to furnish the updated return from the end of assessment year. If I do it within the first 12 months, then 25% of the aggregate tax. Next 12 months means 50% of the aggregate tax. ठीक है? Last easy but highly important. इसको 5 star खिलाओ, किटकैट खिलाओ, तारे सितारे बनाओ. यहाँ ये हर एग्जाम में पूछते हैं. Who is going to sign the return? So many times now, because we are filing online return और सबके पास digital signature नहीं होती है, then just verification is important. Just check your return and give one signed copy to your CA. That's what is meaning of the verified return, that you have checked it. Okay, right. I want all of you watching live or recording to just hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Next week in live class, we are solving RTP. Already is out for costing tax all. And we are also, after the recording is uploaded, please comment below if you have followed. If you have a doubt, still comment below. And do share this video with your friends, please. ये बार बार रिविजन करने के लिए बहुत अच्छा है, along with the compiler. चलो. Return by whom to be signed or verified. Okay. Individual himself will sign. If he is absent from India or not mentally capacitated, his guardian or others. Yeah. HUF ka return, who will file? Karta. If Karta is absent, any other adult member. Not necessary male member, any adult member. Company's return can be signed by the MD. If MD is unable to sign, any other director. Where a company is not resident in India, it's a foreign company, then to whoever they have given the power of attorney in India. If the company has gone into liquidation, who will file the return? Liquidator. When the company's management is taken over by government, principal officer. In case, ये अभी last exam में पूछा था. हाँ? In case where application for corporate insolvency has been admitted by adjudicating authority under the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code Act. You know what is this Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code Act? Suppose that you are a defaulter of बैंक से आपने लोन लिया और आप EMI पे नहीं कर रहे हैं, तो बैंक will appoint a professional who is a certified insolvency dealer, and they'll ask him, ये लो इसके assets, ये लो इसके balance sheet, सब liquidate करो, sale करो, auction करो और हमको हमारा पैसा recover करके दो. So in case if any SSE's file is being taken for insolvency, then whoever is the insolvency professional appointed, he will sign his return. Partnership firm, managing partner or any other partner, LLP designated partner will sign the return. Local authority, principal officer, political party, CEO, AOP, any member. AOP is group of persons coming together. So either the principal officer, if not any person, and any other person other than the person who's competent to sign the return. Huh? So if you are not available and you have given power of attorney to others, others can sign, but provided they should be 18 years above and completed it, right? So that's all. A quick break of 3 minutes because the next topic is very simple but very important. Of course, there are amendments also in the PAN. So assemble back quickly. If you have any doubt in return, ask me. All right. So once again, let us take up the gist of the return. Who should mandatorily file the return? Partnership firm and companies, right? Individuals and all the SSEs. If before the basic, I mean, say before giving exemptions, Chapter 6A deductions, 54 exemptions, if the income exceeds, then they have to file the return. Okay. Then we have seen that if there is a loss, we should file the return on time, except house property and unabsorbed depreciation. If return of loss is not filed on time, it will lapse. You cannot carry forward and set off. If you miss out the due date of filing the return, you can file belated return till December 24. If you have filed belated or late return, or if there is a mistake, you can revise return. Revised return can also be revised till December. And then we have seen all the details for the updated return. Okay? So these are all the cases we have seen. One thing I missed out, that 139.4. Then I will start with the PAN details, dear students. एक बार ये कर लेते हैं. हाँ, I missed out this part. You know, in case of trust and political party, if they are registered, or associations, universities and all, they get lot of exemptions in section 11. If it is a registered trust, under section 12, A, B, and so on. Okay. So suppose there's a trust, school, college like that, where the income is, say, 5 lakh. So trust की income 5 lakh पे भी tax तो देना है. But after the exemption, it's 1 lakh. So no tax is payable. But to claim the exemption under section 11, should the trust be registered under 12AB? Yes. Should it mandatorily file the return? Yes. So this is all the ways. Okay. 139, 4A, 4B, 4C, 4D, like that. Updated return I have revised twice. Who should sign the return? We have completed. Now PAN card. PAN full form is permanent account number. It's a 10-digit unique alphanumeric number given to every SSE. If Mr. A is an individual, he will have PAN card. If Mr. A is Karta of HUF, HUF's Karta, you know PAN card कैसा दिखता है? आपने देखा है? Blue color का laminated. And if it is individual PAN card, it will have photograph. If it is PAN card of HUF, so Karta's name will be written on that, but that will not have any photograph. So do we have a separate PAN card for partners also, as well as partnership firm? Yes. Company. So all the type of SSEs who are registered, who are filing the return, they will get 10 digits separate PAN card. PAN card is your registration number. It's like your identity. How we are in India, then we all have Aadhaar card, election card, right? So like that, PAN card is your registration number of the SSE. Whatever TDS is deducted, same PAN card number. Whatever advance you pay, tax you pay, same refund. So for all that, you will be communication with the income tax department on behalf of SSE will be through the PAN card. Okay. One SSE can have one PAN card. It's 10-digit alphanumeric number, which signifies first 2 digits state बताता है, फिर ये and all that is there. चलो. Now, who should obtain mandatory the PAN card? देखो, PAN card में दो ही question important है. Who should have the PAN card mandatory? Oh, this much. You want to do FD in bank? Have PAN card. You want to buy jewelry above 2 lakhs? PAN card बताओ. So where you need to show the PAN card? You want to go for registration of a two-wheeler and you're not having PAN card? No problem. You want to go for registration of four-wheeler and you're not having PAN card? Got it. Without the PAN details, the four-wheeler will not be registered. My personal experience, I went to RTO office, and for registration of my vehicle, all documents were there, but I could not do the registration work because my original PAN was not there. So like this, let us answer first the question, who should have the PAN card? and second is where to show the PAN card. And then I will share you the past exam question, how they are asking on this. Okay, right. Chalo, let us start. CBDT has introduced a new scheme, and who should have a PAN card? A person who is accessible to pay tax before the end of the 31st May should get the PAN card. Nowadays, PAN card is coming within 7 days. You have to apply form number 49A and you will get it. There is a Tatkal scheme also. How in passport also we have a Tatkal scheme, like that in PAN also we have a Tatkal scheme. Any person who is accessible to tax. A person carrying on business profession whose turnover or gross receipts are likely to exceed 5 lakh in any previous year is required to apply before the end of the relevant previous year. Okay? So if your gross receipts are exceeding or likely to exceed 5 lakh, अब छोटा सा पान शॉप और लिड कैप वाला और डोसा वाला will also have this 5 lakh का turnover yearly, monthly 40,000, है ना? So should they also have the PAN card? Yes. A person whose turnover exceeds 5 lakh. This too I have done. A person who is required to furnish a return. See, irrespective of your income and exemptions, if you are a trust, political party, this, that, it is mandatory to have the PAN card. And a person who's registered. See, GST is also a 15-digit number. First 10 digits are PAN card. For custom and export, import and all, you need to have your PAN card. So these are the cases where PAN card is necessary. Other than this, some more cases are also added. This is the same detail you can read at home ki where you have to quote. Achha, sometimes you simply go to bank and you want to open a bank account, they say give your PAN card. If you don't have a PAN card, they will ask you to sign on a form. हम तो देखते नहीं है, जिधर जिधर cross mark है उधर उधर we just sign it. But actually it's form number 60 where you are giving a declaration to whomsoever it may concern. I'm not having a PAN card. Okay, I had PAN card with my maternal signature. Yeah, Dipti Savla. I had this PAN card. Now, after marriage, I had to give all my marriage certificate details and I got the PAN card changed. Can I keep two PAN cards? No, it's a crime. You cannot have more than one PAN card. So I had to submit my old PAN card, and through speed post after applying, I got my new PAN card. Samajh mein aa raha hai? Yes. Can you apply the PAN of minor also? Yes. But generally what happens if parents are filing their return as a guardian? It's not required. Okay. Right. If there's a change in address or nature of business and all, you have to intimate. So that might affect your PAN. Okay. Here there's a latest amendment. This is the amendment of previous year 23-24. अब ये क्या है? Any person who intends to deposit cash in one or more account with bank or cooperative bank or post office, cash deposit during the year 20 lakhs or above. In your own account, saving account, current account, जो भी है, you are depositing cash more than 20 lakhs, then at least 7 days before the date you intend to deposit, you need to apply for the PAN. See, when you deposit cash, you withdraw cash, you make FDs in the bank, you need to give the PAN Xerox, right? Every person who intends to withdraw the cash from his bank account or a cooperative bank account or post office, 20 lakhs and above, अगर cash withdraw करना है या deposit करना है तो देना पड़ेगा. Any person who intends to open a current account or cash credit account with the bank or a cooperative bank. So if you just want to open a current account or a CC account, you know CC account, you can withdraw more balance than what you have. That's what is CC account. So for that also. So if you want to withdraw more than 20 lakhs cash or you want to deposit cash in your bank account or cooperative bank or post office, or you want to open a CC account or current account, you need to apply for the PAN 7 days in prior. Now this is a simple list of where you have to code the PAN. You need not rectify, but by a common logic, just remember. Sale or purchase of a vehicle other than two-wheeler. So four wheeler के लिए जरूरी है, if you want write down. Opening of account. So if you want to open an account, then you have to give the details. Making application to the bank for credit card or debit card. So you have to quote your PAN. Demat account. You know, nowadays shares are held in the electronic form in the dematerialized account. So for demat account, for all the transactions, it's mandatory to give your PAN. If PAN details and KYC details are not updated, your demat account is freezed. You're not allowed to do trading transactions unless you give the detail. Hotel or a restaurant bill paid in cash above 50,000. My son's birthday party, I did it in a lavish hotel and I've spent 2,10,000 और मैंने cash दे दिया. So the person will ask my PAN if I have paid cash, because I earned 2,10,000 and shown in my drawings to have spent in my son's birthday party. So like this, this is like a jaan. अभी तक उतना क्रॉस चेकिंग हुआ नहीं है. And you know how these people will come to know. See, to whoever you are submitting PAN details, there's a practical aspect but very important. To whoever you are submitting the PAN details, आप किसको दे रहे हो PAN details? Bank, credit card agencies, while buying jewelry, four-wheeler, those people have to submit their annual return, and other than that they have to submit annual information return, AIR, All India Radio, ऐसे याद रखो. Annual information return. Who has to submit? Bank has to submit to the income tax that this is the list of the people who have made FD above this amount. This is the list of the people who have paid our hotel bills in cash above 50,000. This is the list of the people who have done shopping with credit card above 10 lakh. So your information is already going to department. That's why those specified financial transactions की foreign गए 2 lakh के ऊपर you have spent the money for foreign trip, electricity bills. See, nowadays people pay electricity bills through their accounts. हाँ, बैंक अकाउंट से ही लिंक्ड होते हैं, तो दिख के आ रहा है सब. So if you're spending, you're earning and spending. Show income also accordingly. So this is a superb concept here where you have to quote the PAN card. No need to mug up the list. Just have a practical idea. It will be clear. Once again, for buying a four-wheeler, for opening a bank account, for making application for debit and credit card, underline the way I am underlining. Demat account, restaurant, travel के लिए अगर if you are buying foreign currency and all above 50,000 to purchase mutual fund units. What happened? The screen went blank 2 minutes. ठीक है. Screen went blank. Is it showing clearly now? Can you all hear me? Those who are attending live. All clear? I know today's topic में उतना focus ही नहीं है जितना हम capital gain deduction. Yesterday first half an hour students were like boggled. Some student 80 cc 1 and 2b and all. So there you have to pay. This you just listen. It's a lighter topic. No problem. Payment to company or institution for acquiring debentures and bonds above 50,000. RBI for acquiring bonds above 50,000. Bank or cooperative society cash deposit exceeding 50,000. Purchase of bank draft or pay order above 50,000. Time deposit above 50,000. Prepaid card instruments कुछ आपने purchase किए हैं, like some cards and all above 50,000. LIC premium you have paid above 50,000. Purchase and sale of securities above 1 lakh. Purchase and sale of shares above 1 lakh. Immovable property. Screen is giving trouble. I don't know why. 1 second, dear students. Just give me 2 minutes time. The screen is stuck. I'll have to close and open it again. Yes. Okay. So if you're taking LIC, above 50,000 you have paid LIP, you have to give your PAN details. Purchase and sale of securities 1 lakh ke upar. Purchase and sale of shares, immovable property above 10 lakhs. Okay. And other than 1 to 17, purchase and sale of anything exceeding 2 lakh. So I want to buy a gold biscuit of 2 lakh 50,000. Will the jeweler ask me if I ask for the bill? Will he ask me for the PAN details? Answer is yes. बिल्कुल पूछेंगे आपसे. ठीक है? Right. Now, following cases where PAN is not mandatory, farmer and all. Okay. Nowadays, you know that quoting of Aadhaar and linking of Aadhaar and PAN is mandatory. Huh? Don't take this topic as very simple कि ये खुद से पढ़ लेना. Last exam also 3 marks question has been asked and I'm going to discuss the questions also. So every person who is eligible for Aadhaar should quote the Aadhaar. Yeah. And if he's not linking the Aadhaar and PAN, then even the PAN will be considered to be inoperative for that time. Are you getting? Enough time they gave to link up Aadhaar and PAN. फिर COVID था, फिर ये था, फिर वो था. Now if you are not linking up, your PAN will also become inoperative. Yeah. Aadhaar and PAN linking is not mandatory in case of individual residing in Jammu and Kashmir, Assam, Meghalaya for non-resident, or for SSC who is 80 years and above, or individual who is not a citizen of India. So these are exceptions where it's okay, but otherwise though it is mandatory. Okay. Now this is added this year, rule 114 AAA, but it's very simple. If a person has been allotted PAN and is required to intimate the Aadhaar and has failed to do so, PAN shall become inoperative. Just underline the clue words and remember it, it will be clear. First of all, your PAN will become inoperative if you don't link the PAN and Aadhaar. Now, where such person who has not intimated Aadhaar has intimated the Aadhaar now after the payment of 234 HPs, what is that? I'll tell you. It would become operative within 30 days from the date of Aadhaar and PAN not linked, PAN becomes inoperative. Once you give, then within 30 days it will become operative. A person whose PAN has become inoperative, मैम PAN अगर आधार PAN नहीं दिए तो आपने बोला कि PAN inoperative होगा. तो what's the consequence of this? Mark it, very important theory question and case studies. This is a very minute but very important amendment. Students छोड़ देते हैं ऐसे ही glance करके जाते हैं. नहीं. If your PAN has become inoperative, as good as you are not having PAN. First thing is no refund of any amount of tax. Okay. If your PAN is inoperative, see, I am paying the tax with PAN. The department is giving me refund with the PAN registration number. Why will they give me refund? So no refund of any tax, or interest would not be payable on such refund. Interest would not be payable on such refund. वो refund पे कोई interest नहीं मिलेगा. Yeah, right. Where TDS is deductible, such TDS will be deducted at highest rate and TCS. You remember under 194C contract, say TDS is deducted at the rate of 2%. but I have to deduct the TDS and pay to government, and I have to give you a certificate. So please give me your PAN. Please give me your. 4 बार पूछा, 5 बार पूछा. You're not giving your PAN only. Then I will deduct TDS instead of 2% at 20%. This provision is already there. आएगा अभी TDS TCS chapter में आएगा. Not today, Monday when we are doing TDS TCS that time. That will be a little longer lecture, so make sure you all attend it live so that you can clear all your doubt. Lot of amendments are there in TDS TCS, and procedural part also I'll be covering up. Okay, right. So once again, orally, if PAN and Aadhaar is not linked, Aadhaar PAN तो है, PAN inoperative हो गया. After paying 234H fees, which is 1000 rupees, if you have not linked PAN and Aadhaar, pay the fees. Within 30 days, they'll make it operative. Till it is inoperative, you will not get refund. You will not get any interest on refund. And on TDS and TCS, instead of 2% and 3%, deduct the at highest rate. Might be 20%. उतना आपको TDS काटना पड़ेगा. ठीक है? So I think this is my guesswork that they will ask this question, that if the PAN and Aadhaar is not linked up, okay, this is all becoming effective from July 2024. Then no refund, no interest, TDS, TCS to be deducted at the highest rate as per section 206 AA, 206 CC. These two sections I'll discuss in the TDS chapter. Now, TRP, this is not a TV serial TRP, tax return preparer. This is a very simple concept that government has with association with NIT and some institutes, they are training, okay, the students specifically to help SSC to file their return by paying a nominal charge, and they are certified tax practitioners. Ma'am, वो तो हम हैं. Chartered accountants, cost accountant, advocates, they are the certified people who help us to file the return. So TRP is a scheme, not practically much, you can say kuch chala wala nahi jada, because if I want to file my family's 8 return, I'll be filing it with a person to whom I can disclose. Dekho ye hai, isme wo adjustment hai. He knows the interlinking of all my file. Why I would disclose it to an outsider? So TRP are government authorized agents who are qualified, they have got education, they have passed exam, and they are certified to charge a nominal fees and help you file the return. So their qualification and all sub read karna hai. Exam mein the question they can ask is, anyone can take the help of tax return preparer and file the return except tax audit. If your books of accounts are audited, let it be autographed by a chartered accountant and read CA file your return. Clear? Chalo. Let us see what is the detail for the TRP. This section enables the board to frame a scheme and all. TRP means an individual who has authorized to act as TRP. His education, qualities, code of conduct, kiska baat usko nahi bolna. If you are filing the return for one oil manufacturing company, another you are going to disclose. As of all they have done. Individual who holds a degree of recognized university and passed intermediate level of CA, CS or CMA is eligible to be TRP. Yeah, right. That's it. Who cannot become a TRP? TRP means any person other than an officer of a bank, advocate, legal practitioner, chartered accountant, or some specified employees. ठीक है, चलो. Now 234 F. A person who is required to furnish a return fails to furnish the return by due date 31st of July. He shall pay fees even though the tax payable is nil. 31st July date to chala gaya. Now you are filing your return on 31st of October. You can, but you have to pay 234 F fee. What is that fee? If total income does not exceed 5 lakh, then 1000. If the total income exceeds 5 lakh, then 5000. Are you all with me? ये MCQs में आने के बहुत chances है, बहुत. Mark it very, very important. If the total income does not exceed 5 lakh, Then you have to pay 234F fees 1000. Ma'am, but my tax is nil. Earlier क्या करते थे पता है, my mother-in-law's return used to be filed at say 3,70,000 and she's a super senior citizen, तो 5 लाख तक तो कोई टैक्स नहीं है. मैम इनका रिटर्न थोड़ा लेट बाद में भरेंगे, अभी there's so much rush. Anyhow, even if she files late return, 234 ABC interest will not come. So like this, the returns were filed late. Now, even if you file return late and even if your tax is nil, still if your total income is up to 5 lakhs, 1000. Total income exceeds 5 lakh, then 5,000 is the fee you have to pay. For default relating to statement and certificate. See, when you claim certain scientific research deductions and donations and all, you have to give the details. Okay. So if you fail to furnish the prescribed document and all, then 234 GMA, you have to pay the fee 200 for every day. If they have asked you to give details and if you are delaying, okay, 234H. If Aadhaar and PAN is not linked, okay, then up to 500 you have to pay the penalty if you link up to June 23. और अब June 23 के बाद if you are linking up, you have to pay the penalty 1000. Okay, once again now ये थोड़े penalties वापस करेंगे. What's 234F? Even if you file your return late, you have to pay 234F. You have to pay 234F fees. If your total income is up to 5 lakh, 1000. 5 lakh से ऊपर है total income तो 5,000 flat. If government is asking some scientific research and ATG approval documents and if you're not giving, 200 per day. Aadhaar and PAN is not linked, then 500 tha, now it is 1000. Yes. And you know, whatever tax you have paid as advance tax or TDS and TCS, that's not a problem. But if the tax is less, you can yourself assess your income, assess your tax and pay the tax in the form of self-assessment tax. Okay. And that self-assessment tax, how much it will be? Yes. Whatever is the balance tax after advance tax, TDS is called as self-assessment tax. It's payable under 140A. Now this is asked in exam. When you pay the 140A and it is falling short, whatever tax you have paid, first they will adjust the fall short of tax, then interest and fee they will adjust first. The amount shall first be adjusted for 234F fee. Thereafter interest and balance tax. समझ में आ रहा है नहीं? आपका टैक्स अगर 10,000 है and you've just paid 8,000. So in 8,000, first they will adjust 234F fee, then 234 ABC interest and balance in the tax. I've already given an example also for this. Sure. So that's all for PAN and other details. Today's topic is, if you see in MCQ 234F, you should smile. What is 234F? Simple. अगर रिटर्न लेट भरा है तो यू हैव टू पे द पेनल्टी. टोटल इनकम इज अप टू 5 लाख तो 1000, बियॉन्ड 5 लाख तो 5000. आधार एंड पैन नॉट लिंक्ड, लिंक करो, still you have to pay 234H penalty. It's actually penalty, they are calling a makeup name as fees. कितना? 1000. ठीक है. चलो, let us see how they are asking the questions. See, state where the following should mandatorily file the return. Research institute is having 260 income. बाद में exempt होगा, but yes, they have to file the registered trade unions. Computed income is 60,000 and other source income is 40. See, return of income should be filed if total income exceeds the maximum amount not chargeable before giving effect. Here the total income is only 1 lakh. So exemption के पहले ही if it is 1 lakh below 2,50,000, you don't have to file the return. चैरिटेबल ट्रस्ट 12 AA और AB में slab होना slash. Earlier registration was done under AA. Now it's all AB. So it's a charitable trust or income 270 है. Yes. आफ्टर एग्जेम्पशन इनका टैक्सेबल इनकम में भी नील, बट अभी तो 250 के ऊपर है ना ट्रस्ट का इनकम. यस. LLP with a loss, yes, if they want to carry forward the loss on time. And then universities and all. Having total income. Universities having total income 48 lakh before giving effect. Yes. Before giving effect, it's 48 lakh. Then the whole income of university is exempt because they are working for the object of trust and all. But they'll have to file the return. Okay? Same, some examples are there. You can check on your own. They are very simple now. Abhishek filed his return on June 24. Can he revise the return? Yes. Till December 24. Again, can he revise? Yes. Right? So these are simple things. These are all simple things you'll be able to do. Rajiv. I think the question is missing. I'll type and show you tomorrow. बहुत चेक किया फिर भी कुछ ना कुछ गलती रह जाती है. Renal, this is already a past exam question for 2 marks, but very easy. Renal is engaged in the business of beauty parlor. She has got books of accounts. Her total income is 2,70,000. She wants to furnish a return through a tax return preparer. Can she? No. Her books of accounts are audited, then she cannot file the return with a TRP. She has to go for audit of the books and all. Okay. Explain with brief reason whether return of income can be revised under 139(5). Yes. Belated return under 139(4). Yes. Return already filed. Yes. Return of loss. Yes. So yes, you can revise the return. That's all for this topic. Still some time is there. I want to do a simpler part, and that is advanced tax. So that when I do interest part 234 ABC, it will be clear. In fact, we can cover up all these 3 topics together. But let me see the best I can cover up right now. TDS TCS को पूरा एक क्लास लगेगा ना पक्का. प्रोसीजर भी है. I'll need more time for sure. Spare 2.5 hours, have good breakfast so that you can sit long for, and please complete it in one shot only. TDS TCS. Just advanced tax I'm doing right now because it's very simple. TDS TCS करेंगे तो ये भी clear हो जाएगा. One second, now opening up the topic called as advanced tax, and I am on page number 247. Aja. Very simple, one page topic. Huh? See, now we know that on total income we have to pay tax to government. So there are 3 ways of paying the tax. On my own income for the previous year 22, 23, 24, I can pay advance tax in installment. In advance, I can pay tax in 4 installments. For every SSC, there are 4 installments. ऐसा नहीं है मेरी मर्जी. अभी फाइनेंशियल ईयर 23-24 चल रहा है ना. December 23 में I'll pay some tax, and remaining I'll pay in March 24. No, you have 4 due dates of payment of advance tax, and by that you have to pay. If you don't pay, 234C interest will be charged. Okay. Another way of paying the tax is TDS, TCS. If I am generating salary income for you, commission income for you, interest income for you, I will give you the income. A part of it I will deduct as tax and pay to government. More I'll explain in TDS, TCS chapter. But that's also a way your tax, either on your income you pay advance tax, or on the income which I have generated for you, I am deductor, you are deductee. I will say, ye lo aapki lottery, 1 lakh ki. Then I'll say, listen, on this lottery, you have to pay 30% tax. So I will take 30,000 back from you, pay to government, give you a certificate, and I'll give you a net check of 70,000. So what are the different ways of paying tax? Advance tax, or TDS and TCS, or balance of tax you can pay while filing your return as self-assessment tax. सेल्फ असेसमेंट टैक्स 140A में अपडेटेड रिटर्न में व्हाट टैक्स यू पे इट कम्स अंडर 140B. फिर से एक बार, क्लियर और नॉट? On my own business income, I am paying advance tax, and some of the income I receive from bank and all, they deducted TDS, and balance chota mota tax I have paid as self assessment tax. Okay, right. Now liability for payment of advance tax. टैक्स शैल बी पेबल इन, इट्स अ वेरी सिंपल टॉपिक बट अच्छे से कवर करेंगे इसको. एडवांस टैक्स इज पेबल या in 4 installments. Senior citizen not having income from business head are exempt from payment of advance tax, 60 years and above. Or a person whose total tax is up to 10,000, he need not pay. Advance tax shall be payable in every case where the amount of the tax in that year is 10,000 and above. I am a housewife and my tax usually comes to 5 to 6,000. Should I pay advance tax in 4 installments? Not required. Who's not required to pay advance tax? Senior citizen or any SSC who is having 10,000 say come tax. And advance tax includes tax, surcharge, cess, all. Okay, total tax whatever you have to pay minus the TDS. TDS तो वैसे ही मेरा कट जाएगा. If my tax is 1 lakh and 1 lakh, I am not a senior citizen. It's above 10,000. My tax is 1 lakh, but my TDS deducted is 1 lakh. All my 1 lakh income is coming from government to deduct tax. ऐसा कोई case. So should I pay advance tax? No, not required. Followed? Right. Every SSC will pay advance tax in 4 installments as you go through financial year 23-24. By 15th of June, 3 months are over, 2.5 months to pakka. Not less than 15% of advance tax. By 15th of June, not less than 15% advance tax. So suppose, see ma'am, just now you said ki 10,000 tax liability pe to advance tax hai nahi, but just to make the installments clear, I have taken a very simple round figure. So on 10,000 tax liability, how much you will pay by 15th June? 15%. Kam se kam 1,500. Now, by 15th of September, April to September, not less than 45% of advance tax as reduced. 45% total, but already suppose 15% you have paid. So in short, you have to pay 30%. I hope you are getting. Agar if I have missed 15%, whole 4,500 I'll pay. But if I have paid 1,500, I have to pay 30%. Followed? Right. December tak 75%. So already 45% तक तो पे किया है ना, 15 and 30. तो next 3,000 मतलब 30%. And फिर March तक 100% पूरा. So can I say already I have paid here 15, here 30, here 30, 75. तो March तक balance 25% tax. देखो. Already say इधर तक ही I have paid 7,500. So now balance 2,500 I have to pay. Nice, clear to all of you? ड्यू डेट ऑफ पेमेंट ऑफ एडवांस टैक्स, रिपीट एंड गो. कभी कभी नहीं पूछते हैं ये टॉपिक, बट डोंट इग्नोर इट इफ दे आस्क. इट्स very scoring in case studies, MCQs all. So in how many installments you have to pay advance tax? 4 installment. What are the date? 15 June, 15 September, 15 December, 15 March. 15%, 30%, 30%, 25. Or cumulative देखे तो 15, 45, 75, 100. Okay? Right. Now my tax is 5 lakh and I have paid all the installments correctly. But on 16th December, I sold a property and heavy capital gain came of 30 lakhs. Because of that, my total tax went to 35 lakh. Take a pause. My tax is 5 lakh and I have paid 5 lakhs in installment. But on 16th of December, I sold a property and suddenly I got capital gain of का tax 30 lakh. अब मेरा total tax 35 lakhs है. Can government say 35 lakhs ka 15% and all? Not possible. Sometimes we get casual income, lottery price, which you cannot predict. So if I have got the 30 lakhs capital gain or lottery on 16th December, can I pay 100% of this tax in next installment? Yes, then I am not a defaulter. फिर से देखो पढ़ो. If the shortfall in the payment of tax on returned income is on account of underestimation, capital gain, winning from lotteries, and if SSC has paid the amount in respect of income as a part of remaining installments by 31st March, no interest shall be leviable on the shortfall. See, 5 lakhs my regular income, I have paid 15, 45, 75, 100%. But 30 lakhs was a sudden income which I cannot predict. It's a casual income or capital gain. When I will sell the property, when I'll get the capital gain, I don't know. So when I got it, now I have included it in the installment. So am I a defaulter? No. Yes? Right. And very important for MCQ and case studies. Her case study mein one question is this bit. They say, if you're filing the return in presumptive taxation, you remember on your 60 lakhs turnover, show 8% net profit and you don't have to maintain books and file. Or agar digital turnover hai to 6%. So these people are showing their income based on the turnover, no books, no audit. So if there are no books, they cannot pay advance tax in 4 installments. So they can pay advance tax in one single installment by 15th of March. Is that clear to all of you? An eligible SSE who opts for presumptive taxation under 44 AD or professionals 44 ADA is required to pay advance tax in single installment before 15th of March. However, any amount paid by way of advance tax on or before 31st March shall be treated as advance tax. See, you have to pay advance tax by 15th of March. But अगर 29th March को pay किए तो भी they will consider as advance tax. But you have to pay interest. How is it? Final students also, you have all these topic advance tax. It's a very simple topic that advance tax is payable in 4 installments. 15 June, 15 September, 15 December, 15th March. Only for presumptive taxation they can pay. If SSE does not pay installment of advance tax, he shall be deemed to be an SSE in default. Sum paid or recovered by SSE as advance tax shall be treated as payment of the tax and credit will be given. Okay, तो दोनों point. Now, last 15 minutes I have been emphasizing pay advance tax in installments. नहीं पे करते क्या करोगे बोलो? ये नहीं पे करते, ये नहीं पे करते, सीधा I will pay 7,500. Am I a defaulter here? 1,500 tax from my pocket should have gone to government on 15th of June, but zero tax went. So on 1,500 from 15 June to 15 September, should I pay interest at the rate of 1% per month? Yes. So now from advanced tax, I'm linking up and I'm shifting to interest. Please remember, interest is charged. Three kind of interest are there, 230 for ABC. I'm linking C with this interest. 234 C interest. See, these are small topic. As a teacher, I'm discussing this in live class in YouTube. बस हो गया, पूरे heads पढ़ा लिए, deductions पढ़ा लिए, कल TDS करेंगे return. These small topics you can manage. If you have doubt, ask. I am doing it because I want you to pay attention and get full marks in income tax. ये case studies में छोटा सा case they will ask you that the person didn't pay the first and second installment. Is he a defaulter? Yes. What's the consequence? He has to pay 234C interest on 1500 rupees from 15 June to 15 September. 15 June से जुलाई, जुलाई से अगस्त, अगस्त से सितंबर पे करना पड़ेगा. 1500 into 1% into 3 months. Same way. He didn't pay 30%. So 10,000 का 30%, 3,000. 3,000 और ये 1,500, still that default is going on. So total 4,500 tax you are not paying from September to December, 3 months. 1% per month you have to pay the interest. Let us see this in the very next page. 234C interest for deferment of the tax. If advance tax is paid on or before 15 June is less, either you have not paid 1,500 or you paid only 100. So 1,400. So 1,400 into 1% interest for 3 months. ठीक है? Same way. चलो next. If 45% tax is not paid, then 1% interest for the next 3 months. Ma'am, why they are asking interest? See, you may miss out June. You may pay in September, no? You may miss out September. You may. So 3 months interest is charged in December. And for June to September, September to December, December to March. Acha, by 15th of March, you didn't pay the tax, you paid on 29th March, 1% interest. And you know, interest is charged at 1% for per month, part of the month. Ma'am, I did pay advance tax, but instead of 15 June, I paid it on 18 June. You are delayed by 3 days now. For 1 full month, interest will be charged. Are you getting? Yeah. No interest will be levied if the shortfall is because of the capital gain or lottery or business income for first time, which we could not predict. Huh? And first installment mein you have to pay 15%. But even if you have paid 12% or more, no interest will be charged. Utna grace de rahe. We were saying pay 15, but even if you have paid 12, it's okay. Second, 45% you have to pay. Even if you have paid 36%, I know you had to pay 45 and you have paid 36, it's less. But interest will not be charged. Next, you have to pay 75 and 100. And if the SSC is presumptive, he can pay 100% tax by 15th of March. Yes, right? ये देखो एक क्वेश्चन इंस्टॉलमेंट में आपको बताती हूँ. Baburao had to pay tax 1 lakh. How much tax he had to pay by 15th June? 15,000. He paid nothing. So 15,000 into 1% into 3 months, 450 rupees. 234C interest. Ma'am, you didn't teach what is 234A and B. I will. First, when you have studied advanced tax, you work out 234C properly. Now, 15 September, 45%, 45,000. He didn't pay. Oh, sorry, huh? 45,000 he paid advance tax. 15,000 he didn't pay, so we charged interest. By September, he had to pay that 15 and this 30. So 45% he paid. How much is interest? Nil, because he paid 45,000 tax. By December, 75,000. He paid 10,000 more. Now, what was the tax? 75,000, 75%. But he has already paid 45 and 10, 55. How much he is the defaulter? 20,000 into 1% into 3 months. Ma'am, why 3 months? Arey, he didn't pay 75% in December. He might pay it in March. This is my own made example columns ke saath to make it clear. If they ask, you can make the column like this. Date of payment, tax due, advance tax paid, unpaid amount pay, you have to charge interest. Second May, he had paid 45,000. I didn't charge any interest. I know we have exceeded 2 hours, but अब हो गया. 15th of March, 1 lakh. पूरा पे करना था. But he has paid 45 plus 10,055 plus 5, 60. 40,000 का default है into 1% into 1 month. So you have paid interest till 31st March, 234C interest. Okay. Now, 234C interest is for delay in installment from June to September, September to December, December to March, and 15th March to 31st March. Ma'am, but their interest should be charged for 15 days. No, 1% also delay, full interest will be charged. Now, these classes are literally exhaustive because 2.5 hours non-stop speaking. कोई एक problem or example भी नहीं है कि you all write analysis. Yeah, I need 7 minutes more and I'll close. But once the video is uploaded, do comment below. Did you all follow or not? Chalo. 234C is over. Now 234B. I'm going reverse. C then B and A because that's how it's charged. थोड़ा patience रखो, 5 minutes सब clear हो जाएगा. 234B. Where in any financial year the SSE has not paid advance tax or has paid but it is less than 90%, then he has to pay interest for every month or part of the month from you can say 1 second ना कहाँ से कहाँ तक दोगे आप 1% or the part of the month from April. The period for which interest would be payable will start from April till the due date of filing the return. Okay, and interest is charged for full month even if there's a delay. And when you charge interest, whatever is the tax, always minus the TDS, TCS, advance tax already paid. Whatever is the default in the tax in charge. So till 31st March, we have paid how much tax? यहाँ पे देखो. Same, Babu Rao's problem only. In 1 lakh total tax, we have paid how much? I've missed writing totally. 45, 55, 60,000. Is it 1 lakh ka 90% advance tax have you paid? No, we have paid only 60,000. So for 40,000, 1% per month from April till July. What is the due date of filing the return for Babu Rao? July. So April, May, June, July, I have to pay interest. 234C interest is from delay in installments till 31st March. After March also, if you have not, year khatam ho gaya 23-24. Still, if you have not filed the return and tab tak bhi interest apne advance tax pay nahi kiya, so 40,000 which should have gone to government by March, 100% tax you have to pay by March. You have not even paid till July. So April, May, June, July, pay interest 1,600. 1450 234A. 234B 1600. Now 234C interest you have to pay. What's the due date for Babu Rao? July. Suppose he files the return in October. What was due date? July. September, October. July में तो नहीं दिया ना, तो September पूरा and October. Okay. 2 months delay. Sorry, यहाँ August किधर गया? सच्ची lunch time. Months भी खा जा रहे हैं. July तक तो you have not filed your return. August, September, October. 15th October you filed. So 40,000 into 1% into 3 is 234A interest. Please read here. What is 234A interest? Where return of income is furnished after due date, interest will be charged 1%. Okay. From the due date till the actual date of furnishing the return, or if you don't furnish and they will assess your income, then till they assess. And interest is charged on SS tax. What is that? TDS ये सब minus करके charge करना है, ठीक है? So I hope you all are getting. We are charging 234C till March, then March to July B. Abhi July maybe you have not filed the return. You filed in October. So 40,000 into 1% into 3 months. If return was filed on time, then 234A interest will not be charged. So digest this, then go. All the 3 interest are not going to be charged. When will you charge 234C? When there is a delay in installments. But 100% I paid the tax in March. Will I pay 234B? No. I filed my return on time. 234A? No. When will 234C come? Delay in installments. 234B, March में भी नहीं भरे, 90% tax also you have not paid. Then April till due date. Due date में if you have filed the return and paid the tax, 234A will not come. You are filing the return also late. So like this, see, I have given all these are my own made booster notes. 234A, delay in furnishing the return. 234B, default in advance tax, 90%. 234C, default in installments. That's fine. But practically, how is it charged? This no books will give. It's a challenge. But you will 100% understand that's also a challenge. मैं बोल रही हूँ, खुद की पढ़ाई नहीं कर रही हूँ, with genuine वाला confidence. If you feel it is clear, write the duration. I think after 2 hours, I started with advanced tax and interest. So duration 2.2 hours advanced tax, ma'am, 100% crystal clear. 234C starts from June to 31st March, delay in installments. 234B from April to July, shortfall in advance tax. And 234A, August till October. Due date के बाद भी if you have filed late return, you can file late return till December, but then you have to pay interest. Suppose you have paid the tax before March, but you filed your return late. Then 234A interest comes on the tax due. तो tax तो March के पहले भर दिया. But if you have filed return late, 234A interest will not come, but 234F का fee लगेगा. Ma'am, in none other class you have talked so many sections like you have talked today. क्योंकि ये पूछते हैं, कर लो. ठीक है? Right. And now this is a solved question, but I have given lot of explanation here, so it will be clear. By 15th June, he had to pay 15%, and he didn't pay so interest. By September, 45%, he didn't pay so interest. By December, 75%, and by March, remaining. Yeah, cumulative interest will be charged because here 30% you have not paid, or 15 भी तो पहले 3 महीने, again 15 और delay हुआ ना. So that's why this cumulative interest. You do this problem and it will be clear. Whenever we pay tax late, we are paying 1% interest. Whenever we are paying extra tax, government will give 0.5% interest on the refund. ठीक है? From the date of assessment till date of refund. That's all for today. Thank you so much that waiting little extra and allowing me to complete this topic also. I decided just return of income and क्या किया हमने PAN, वो तो एक ही में था, but advance tax interest also, it's very important. अलग से नहीं पूछते हैं. In the case study of 10 marks, there's no escape. Case study, MCQ you have to do. There they will fit in this 2 marks question. And it's going to be super scoring. So revise this topic to sink it, ink it, write for once. 234C, delay in installments. 234B, April till due date. 234A, due date till actual. ऐसे उसको पूरा link करो. It will be clear to you. Any doubts you have, ask me, and don't miss out on the next lecture. TDS, TCS, CA, CMA, CS. कोई भी exam लिख रहे हो, inter final, 4 into 2, 8 marks. 8 marks. And I'll cover up all the amendments. I've already taken it in tax amendment lecture 2, and there's a holiday Saturday and Sunday, and we are doing it on Monday. So make sure you go through tax amendment lecture, but still I'll cover up everything we will do for TDS, TCS. Questions also we will solve, and it's going to be a little longer lecture. So make sure you have good breakfast. You're sitting alert on a table chair with water bottle, with notebook, and preferably order the compiler, study from that. You will link up my revision lectures. Don't ask for all free PDFs. I've already given you one PDF of salary to know what is the depth of my Sarthi compiler. One concept, one question, one ऐसे पूरा दिया है आपको, right? So I don't know till what long I'm. अभी तो कोई shipping नहीं है, कुछ नहीं है. At a very nominal price I'm giving, but definitely after first 50 copies we'll have to charge, because my typist and all other things are also going on. I need not talk all this with all of you, but being very frank. Right, so let us close with Blair. Whatever I'm learning, I'm easily able to remember and recollect in exam. My exam is going super well in a relaxed way. I'm reading, making best of choice in the first 15 minutes, and I'm answering it one after the another, crystal clear. And my answer sheet is filled up with genuinely correct answer. I'm getting very good results and doing good in my life. Act, feel, behave as if you have it. If you are a qualified CA, you have written or not, the first day I said, write your name in front of that, add that degree and see it every day. That's your aim. For that, 8 subjects of final, for that, these subjects of inter, and that's why these revision classes. So have that goal crystal clear and say every day to yourself, I take 100% responsibility of my actions, behavior, decisions, emotions, all. I take 100% responsibility. Then you see how you get all the power within yourself, and you will be like this. Yes, koi environment, kisi ki baatein, kisi ka tokna, no one can distract you from your goals, and you will do amazing well in your exam as well as your internship and your job and practice. God bless you all. Thank you so much for watching it till here. See you all tomorrow. Bye-bye. Not tomorrow, sorry. Saturday and Sunday we have a break. We are meeting directly on Monday now. Bye.